Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Should I pop up? Someone doesn't know how to close a door? Don't worry, I know how to close doors. I'm an adult. I've closed a door before. Have you ever closed a door before? Closing doors. Alright. Man, do you ever just feel like you have something in your teeth? I just woke up. I feel like I have something in my teeth. Well, I didn't just wake up, but you know what I mean. It's Sunday. And I feel like I got something in my teeth. Let's go live. Let's go live. Let's go live. Let's go live. Week Haken's here. Yeah, it's Sunday morning, early Sunday. Well, we are going to talk hockey. We're going to talk playoffs. Man, does it look shadowy behind me, especially right here. Gotta be working on that lighting. Hey, I'm trying. My hair looks like a shark fin. It's crazy today. Now, we're still getting set up. Let me take out today's players. So we're going to cycle out yesterday's players and put in today's play. Oh, ESPN. Why you gotta F me like this? God, I hate it so much. I don't get it. I don't get it. Can't wait to have the Stanley Cup playoffs on. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to make it so people can't see it. Why? Because that's good for ratings, right? What are they doing to us? What are they doing? Oh, man. It's so frustrating. Why do they do these things? Yeah, I'll pirate your stream. You kidding me? You think I won't do it? Because I will. You don't think I know how? Because I do. Dang, I got a small lineup for today's matchup for my hockey cards. Oh, no, these are all part of the squad too. This might be in some different jerseys, so people might be like, "That team's not in the playoffs, man. The team's wrong, man. Why you got those players that ain't actually playing, man?" And I'll be like, "Probably not. Probably don't watch a lot of hockey, right? Probably not. Probably don't. Gotta set that down. All right, we got our players. We know the matchup. Wow, this got goofed up today, man. I tell you, trying to make sure everything's flawless, almost impossible. Almost impossible. Oh my gosh. I can't even. I can't even. Why would they do this? It's so toxic. Man, do I rage. Do I rage when I can't see what I want to see? How uncool. How uncool. Alright, oh my gosh. F and F. I almost said some bad stuff. Because this stupid stream doesn't always want to work for me. Man, my hair's all sorts of goofy today. All sorts. I might just have to throw on the Coyotes cap. You know what I'm saying? Get out of my face. There's so many annoying things, so many pop-ups when you're working with a stream that are just like, you want my attention? No, I don't want your attention. I gotta go to Outlook. Because someone doesn't understand. Doesn't get it. Alright. Send it to my pops. Someone called? Yeah. Yeah. My lighting, did you see how bad it is? There's like a big corner over there in the back end. You. No, I don't need that. Get out of my face. How do I not have a paste option? Get out. There we go. Oh my gosh. Stop it, Outlook. Oh my gosh. I've got like 17 pop-ups. My browser can't access the clipboard. There's no way. There's no way this is incapable of using copy-paste. That's really embarrassing. My browser can't access the clipboard. Oh man. The things that you do to incorporate your family into this. Effing ridiculous. Effing ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Alright, we gotta lock back in, everybody. We gotta lock back into the stream. Alright, so today's match. Oh my gosh, I can't even think about this right now. Choose a cable provider. We have a cable provider. Fine. You will be pirated. Deal with it. Ain't paying for your stuff. Yard matey. Alright. Lock in, everybody. Lock in, lock in. We got to talk about some of these players. We got to talk about this matchup. We got to talk about who is showing up today. Now, this is the Battle of Florida today. So we got two different Florida teams battling it out today. One team that's already gone on a tremendous run. They're called the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, the exciting part in the Battle of Florida is that, F me. So if you remember, these easels are not easy to work with. They are not easy. And then when you move them, the cards fall down, and then you're just like, these cards be hot. Like, let's be honest, though. We gotta respect some of this art. Dang. Dang. We'll put the rookie there just because he's got a card, or he's wearing the right jersey. We're gonna figure out this London Bridges stuff right now, everybody. Right now, we're gonna figure this out. Oh my gosh! Please work. That's all I ask. Just please. I gotta stagger him a little bit. Andre Vasilevsky. Braden Point. Victor Hedman. And Nick Hervix. Now, Tampa Bay Lightning right now. So the difference from, let's say, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins matchup yesterday is that, again, you're going to notice that the Tampa Bay Lightning are a squad that they're not just, they're spread out. They're a lot more intelligent with the way that they operate their team. They're a lot more intelligent with the way that they have their team set up. And that's kind of, honestly, that's what I like about them a lot, is that they have that variety going off right now. Is that they have that variety in regards to the fact that essentially they're not just paying all of their forwards to play. They're paying defenders. They're paying a bunch of other categories like goalie. Oh, don't tell me my mouse is effed up. I just want my stream to work. Is that too much to ask for? Apparently it's too much to ask for, because NHL is going to be like, why? Because that would be convenient. That would be helpful. And we wouldn't want that. Why would we want people to be able to watch our stuff? It's almost like that would make it fun. All right. Pirating, ready to go. Dude, I'm pirating like crazy. Do you want to download a car? Well, but if I would, man. If there were downloadable cars, if there were Cybertrucks, well, actually not Cybertrucks. Those things are getting recalled hella hard. Dude, I think my shoddy threw away my sandbag beer, and I'm like kind of bummed about it. But we gotta get started. We gotta get hyped. Yeah, cracking a cold brew. Haven't even had breakfast yet, but I'm having a cold brewski. Thank you for joining. Right now, we are talking about the lineup. We are talking about the different matchups. So, we got Andre Vasilevsky, almost an impervious goalie. Had some stuttering this season. It was the first season in a few years, almost 5 or so years, I would say, where he's really actually shown, what would you say, a chip on his shoulder, a lack of consistency. Now, he did get injured. He did get injured this last season. And that definitely did slow him down, right? Took him out, took a little bit to adjust back to the league. And I think it was hard for everybody to see that, right? It was hard for everybody to see that. It was hard for everybody to have this feeling that his consistency isn't there. And it was really disappointing to see that because he's such a phenomenal goalie. And especially with how insane forwards are right now, there aren't that many extremely talented goalies right now. And Andre Vasilevsky, I'd still put him in top 5 goalies right now in the NHL without a thought. Top 5 goalies. And he's proven it back-to-back cups, 3 runs to the Stanley Cup final. How do you not look at that and be like, this goalie is extremely talented? That's all you can say. That's all you can say. Braden Point, a fantastic, I'm pretty sure they drafted him. Fantastic draft pick that is absolutely stunning. He's quick, he's agile, he's intelligent, and he's got a fantastic shot. There's a reason why Kucherov got 100 assists. Now, Victor Hedman over here, right? Victor Hedman, a defender over here. Just an absolute monster on defense. He's quick, he's physical, he can move the puck. Now, we've already gone over 3 different positions, which is absolutely important, absolutely integral to the success of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, another X factor that people always have to take into consideration is your heroes that may not necessarily be proven. I mean, rookies, obviously not all rookies are proven. But they have that X factor where they may not be taken as seriously. So maybe you have Kucherov, or maybe you got Stamkos being doubled up on defending, and then some of the rookies or some of the less known players that are maybe considered less dangerous are left open, and it's ready for them to take advantage of the situation. That's what we got for the I almost said Tampa Bay Rays. I'm watching baseball. That's what I got for some of their players. Now we're going to go into bumps the camera. Round 2 of the players. Now for this one, some of these players have the prepper jerseys, some of them don't. Like Tanner Janot, Dumba, and Cirelli. Now, Tanner Janot, they traded 2 first-round picks for this player. They expected him to be a power forward. They did it before with Brandon Hagel. Absolutely hit a gold mine. Tanner Janot is still developing. I don't know what line he's on. And that's really important because depending on what line you are, it's going to depend on how much playing time you have. It's going to depend on what situations that the coach is going to play you in. And most importantly, your role, and this is kind of like the problem that the Rangers had with their first overall draft pick, Alexis Lafreniere, is that they were already paying all these other superstars to take their first 2 lines. That Lafreniere should have gotten that attention, should have gotten that time, should have been in that first line. Just wasn't put in that line because it just wasn't right. You just couldn't fit him in. And they're like, well, do we want to put this guy we're paying $8 million on the 3rd line? Nope, not happening. And I'm sure that player wouldn't be too happy about it either. So Tanner Janot, he's one of my X factors. If he can step up and turn into like Nick Paul or be himself, what can you do? What can you bring to the table? And maybe I'm okay if they trade 2 first-round picks for a guy that's literally going to block shots like a puck magnet. That's okay. If he's going to be able to convert, yes, and people are like, well, you need to trade 2 first-round picks for a 3rd, 4th line guy. Dedication is also another thing that a lot of people don't take into consideration. There might be some players that might be a lot more willing to jump into the line of fire than others. Players that feel a lot more valued, probably a lot more willing to jump in front of something. And if they know that they really valued you, they really wanted you, and they considered you extremely, extremely important to add to the team, I could absolutely see why a player like Tanner Jeannot could pop up and absolutely perform. Now we got Matt Dumba over here. We call him Doomba over here because it rhymes with Roomba. And actually, I just heard. I was at a Minnesota Wild hockey game, and there are these two high school kids. Have no idea how. Well, they're probably like juniors or seniors, but it was just funny listening to them talk about Matt Dumba because I kept calling him Doomba, and they were joking about it, but it was still just so funny to me the way they just kept pronouncing it. So we call him Doomba. So the Tampa Bay Lightning did acquire Matt Dumba they acquired him from the Arizona Coyotes, the trade deadline. Everybody knew that Matt Dumba was just going to go there, try to perform, try to figure it back out again, and try to prove his value. So Matt Dumba tried to do that and eventually did end up getting moved at the trade deadline. So Matt Dumba, believe it or not, best team he's ever been on. Without a thought. Without a thought. And it's crazy when somebody has to get moved at a deadline. And that's crazy when you actually think about that loyalty for a player. It's like, no, we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. Like, dude, you've been here for 8-9 years and we haven't figured it out. We haven't. We get to the playoffs and we get shredded every year. Oh man, that's hard to hear. As I'm wearing the Minnesota Wild shirt over here, I'm like, oh, that's depressing. As they're all on the golf course already. Now, Anthony Cirelli. I think that this player is fantastic. I think Anthony Cirelli absolutely has the opportunity to pop off and honestly produce for this team. He has before and he will again. The Tampa Bay Lightning and there are some teams that just flip that switch that just they walk through that door and they're a different person. That's Anthony Cirelli. You put on a different pair of clothes. Oh, you take off your pajamas, you put on your business suit, you're a different person. Anthony Cirelli takes off his business suits, puts on his hockey gear, and he's ready to go. You go in the playoffs, different player, different animal. Tampa Bay Lightning are ready to go. So that's that's the Lightning showcase. Now, I might be a little biased. Why? Because I like the kiddies. Why? Because they're so talented. Samuel Reinhart. And if that focusing was awful, I get it. Next to his other Sam in crime, Sam Bennett. I focus on so much time just putting him in there. And don't forget, Matthew Kachki. Get over there. With defenseman Aaron Ekblad. Yeah. No. Oh, my Dominoes is getting so bad. Don't forget Anton Lundell. Come on, camera. Oh, that was a flawless focus. Squeak. And absolutely, how would I forget about Alexander Sasha Barkov. And we'll finish it off with the man of Carter for Hagee. Hey, hey, hey. Look at this lineup of Panthers we got right now. It's a little little busy, but they're there. They're ready to go. Now, with this Panthers squad, they're so deep. And they're not happy that they lost last year in the finals. Believe it or not, people don't like losing in the Stanley Cup finals. So the Florida Panthers are absolutely ready to shred. They're ready to pounce. They've been wanting this all season. They're ready to be back. They're ready to put the Lightning in their place. Now, interesting thing, I don't have his card, but Anthony Duclair, 30 goal scorer for the Panthers. I think they had him on the team for 2 seasons, I want to say. No more than 2 seasons, I want to say. Absolutely produced for the Panthers. Was scoring left and right. Was one of those additional depth guys that could actually score and was talented. He's just bounced around the league a lot because he's kind of that player that, like, yeah, he can score 30 goals, but he's also that, like, he's kind of like that, almost that third line player where you're like, all right, let's just kind of get that extra depth. Let's just try to get more players to be able to produce that may not have to spend as much money and could be expendable if they aren't producing. Because he's definitely a hot and cold player. He's been hot, he's been cold, he's been yes, and he's been no. But there's no Katy Perry. So we got the game. I gotta interject. The game just started. 20 seconds in, Panthers are already on the offensive. We are so ready to go. But that's such an interesting thing when you kind of have that grudge matchup. Panthers are just smothering them right now in their zone. It's their movement is crisp. They're getting shots already. This is gonna be an exciting matchup. I mean, the Battle of Florida. It's honestly almost way more exciting when you can. Little yawn there. It's still in the morning. But when they cannibalize each other, when like a state cannibalizes each other, like, oh, we got New York versus New York. We got Florida versus Florida. We got LA versus, I don't know, Anaheim or just when they're playing each other. I always find that's a lot more interesting when you have like teams that are right next to each other, that, or like the Battle of Alberta when you got Calgary and Edmonton, that when there's like legitimate just like hate between the two teams, or there's just like, hey, there's only one of us that can win and we want to prove that we're the better city or we're the better part of this area. Because not every place is our states, like in the United States of America. You got your provinces like in Canada land. So with that, now we'll go back to the Panthers lineup and we're going to kind of rearrange it because Lundell's a great player, don't get me wrong. But these are the players that you got to watch out for. Barkov, he's a playmaker. He's going to set up anybody from anywhere. So any of these players are a lot more dangerous because they have this playmaker. Barkov is going to make everybody on the Panthers squad just so much more dangerous. You have to respect it. You don't have a decision whether you are going to like, yo, we're going to guard Barkov or not. You don't get to make that decision because this team is so aggressive. They're going to score. They score a lot. Now we go to the next player. We go to Matthew Tkachuk. Kinda. Responding to the girly, everybody. Responding to the girly. She's got to get my time. She's got to get my respect. So back over here, Matthew Tkachuk. He's got grit, and he's kind of like that Marchand player that I was talking about the other day, where he's gonna get under your skin. He pushes the rules to their limits, and he's definitely gonna piss people off. There's nothing else about it. There's no difference. It's going to happen. Oh, not to mention he's like ridiculously talented, and that is exactly just how he plays. Then you have Sam Reinhart, who scored 56 goals this season, an absolute animal. He's going off, and the most exciting thing is nothing's going to stop in his way. He's going to compete. He's going to skate. He's going to shoot, and he's going to generate results. Especially when he's set up by his playmakers. He's a dangerous player. And there's nothing else that other teams are going to be able to do about it. There's nothing else that other teams are going to be able to say about it. Sam Reinhart is going to score. And I can't wait to see how many. Now is Sam in crime Sam Bennett. Now Bennett has some... He definitely has chemistry with Kachuk. He definitely has chemistry with this team. Now this year was kind of a down, slower season. I don't remember if he got injured, but he just didn't produce as much as he was in the prior couple seasons, and that's okay. It happens, right? Sometimes you have seasons where you're absolutely producing, and sometimes you have seasons where you're just not there at all. And he wasn't like completely invisible. I think he got 20. Oh, yikes! I think he got 20 goals, but they want more higher production. Panthers are on the Reinhart with a snapper over the net. Can't do it. Panthers still aggressive in the Lightning zone, and this is a crazy pace, and that's another thing in the playoffs that you always have to be wary of is your pace. You want to outpace the other team, but my goodness, you have to be aware of your pace. Because if you're pedal to the metal, if you're really just like actually just at an unreasonable pace, you might burn out. You might lose your gas, especially if it pushes the overtime. And you gotta like learn how to understand how to not be. I mean, you want to be aggressive. Don't get me wrong, but you don't want to be aggressive to the point to where you get exhausted. And I do feel like that is something that could happen to this Panthers team, because to consider this, and this is a lot of things that happen with playoffs and sports. When you make it to the final and lose, whether you win or lose, you've played more hockey than actually everybody else. You played way more hockey than everybody else. That being said, you're probably a lot more tired. Your body's tired. And you can absolutely see how that wears on teams. Teams that win, and you also have that hangover, as they like to call it, where you win the Stanley Cup and you're really just not ready to make another deep run, because your body, I mean, that month and a half, that 2 months, it's not enough for your body to recover. It's just not. Oh man, Panthers are just attacking the Lightning. These cats, they're not afraid to get a little zap. They're going to pounce. It's crazy. 3 shots to 1. I mean, we got 4 minutes and a half, almost 5 minutes done in the first period. And from the way that they're playing, the Panthers forecheck is just crushing the Lightning. And this has kind of been the thing about the Panthers, is that their confidence. We spoke about this yesterday on the stream. The Panthers' confidence is at a ridiculous all-time high. And they're not taking anything they're not going to take no. They're not going to take no. They're just going to keep popping off. They're going to pounce, and they're going to get it. Do I have water? I do have water. I'm going to take a sip. Oh. God, I hate this chair so much. Almost just pinched my finger off. Ow. Ow. Okay. Lock back in. So, essentially with the Panthers, they just have so much potential. They have so much potential to be a great team. And they're not, and they're going to be. They made it to the final. They lost. They haven't really done much in the playoffs for like 20 years, and they make it to the final. So they have the potential. They know that they can get there. And they lost to the Golden Knights. They lost like 9-2 in like the final game, or 9-3. They got shredded. They got shredded in the final game. And sometimes that happens when you're over the cap. And you can maintain a ridiculous roster of players. And that's what the Golden Knights did. Now, we're going to go over to Aaron Ekblad over here. He's the Panthers' first overall pick defenseman. Yeah, he got injured a few times during the season, and it absolutely slowed him down. He was rested. I believe he's playing today. We just honestly have to see if he's going to show up. And if he truly is healthy enough to play, because hockey. Now, I don't know about other sports like basketball, football, or soccer. Like how they do their injuries, but for hockey, they don't like disclosing injuries, and hockey players could have broken ribs, they're still playing hockey. They can have a broken foot, they're still playing. Score! Is that Reinhardt already? Is that Reinhardt already? What was I talking about? Vasilevsky just assumed, like, that didn't go in, man. That didn't go in, man. Panthers score 6 minutes into the period. Here we go. Sam Reinhardt. And if you're new to the channel, if you're new to the stream, first of all, welcome. Second of all, we got to have the horn. First, we take a little sipper, and then we're going to blow that hockey horn. Oh man, there's nothing better than just screaming goal. It's actually fun. You should try it sometime. If you're in the chat, comment below goal. If you're a Lightning fan, doesn't mean I'm not going to cheer for your team. I just want to cheer for goals. Lomberg takes a shot. Panthers already off the faceoff with an aggressive push again. 4-1 in shots right now. That's a 25% chance already that you're going to score if you are a Florida Panther. Your pounce is incredible right now. Your giddy up is incredible right now. The Panthers are ready for this hockey game. The Panthers just want to shove, just want to 4-0 every team. They're ready to swag. They know what they have, and they're going to do it. They're ready to perform. And my stream is like super choppy right now. Or at least my viewing stream. Oh, we can't have that volume. We gotta mute that. We gotta mute that. Panthers are just attacking. And the Lightning can't do anything. So if you are here, I'm gonna say hi to the chat. Yo, chat. Where you at? Where you at, chat? Yo, chat, where you at? We gotta be talking hockey. I'm so amped up. It took us 6 minutes to get our first goal of this hockey game. Now, I do plan on streaming for the first 2 periods. We can't, and why aren't you going to be here for the third period? There's so much hockey. I'm going to have to take a break, and then I'll have to come back. And I'm going to have to take a break. Then I have to come back. Break back. I'm ready to be here, and you better come back so that we can watch playoff hockey together, because this is the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs watch party. It's your Sunday. You just had 420 yesterday, man. So just come in, eat your lunch, relax, and let's talk some hockey. Now, let me see what your favorite team is down in the chat. Down in the chat, tell me what your favorite team is. Tell me the series. Tell me what you think that this series is going to go. How far is this Tampa Bay Lightning Florida Panthers series going to go? Now, my bracket. Oh my gosh, I hate this chair. I almost ripped my finger off again. And I don't want to rip my finger off. I estimated that the Panthers in 5. I said Panthers in 5. When we spoke about confidence the other day, this team is way too confident. They're way too confident. They're deep. Even though Kucherov got a 100-point season, the Lightning are shook. And you can kind of tell that on Vasilevsky's face. He doesn't have that 100% confidence that he used to have. He's not there anymore. I'm not saying he's not confident, but it's nowhere near where he was when he won the Cup. And when he got to the finals 3 years in a row. So you have to take that into consideration, right? He's a great player. He's a phenomenal player. But goalies, we all know about it. They're just different. Goalies are different. And they have different behavior. the consistency part with goalies is honestly the most difficult because I feel like goalies can get figured out more. Take, for example, Matt Murray of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Kagan, why are you talking about the Pittsburgh Penguins? They didn't even make the playoffs. Shut up. Don't remind me. Don't remind me. Don't remind me that they didn't make it to the playoffs. Now, you might have a goalie that's just absolutely performing, and then you lose, and then all your confidence is gone. It's so crazy how momentum works in sports. And there are teams where if your momentum disappears, your confidence could absolutely go with it. So we're gonna have to see how that develops right now. Florida Panthers on a power play. Let's see if we can do a little play-by-play. Barkov's got the puck. We're gonna send it around to Chucky, playing a little catch with Barkov in the right circle. Barkov's gonna think about taking the shot. Snapper, no one in front. Verhaeghe's gonna get it on the other side. Send it right around, right back to Bark. He's the playmaker. As you can see, it's always gonna go back to Barkov as he's the playmaker. Montour on the back. Verhaeghe's going to send it forward, and it's going to go into the net. Blocked. Could that be Hedman or Cernak? I think it was Cernak that ended up using his stick to deflect that puck, get it out of the zone, into the net, make it so that shot was not going to end up on its initial target. So let's go ahead, and with our player cards, we are going to kind of have a little head-to-head right now. What are the players right now that I think are really going to show up in this hockey game? I'm going to put 3 on each side. Zoop. We're going to almost flying V this. All right, plays back on. Ooh, the Lightning couldn't connect the pass to clear it. Montour and Barkov going to play a little catch. Verhaeghe snapper right in front. Bounces off, and the Lightning try to clear it. Montour keeps it. Montour's going to send it around. Chucky's going to get it back to Verhaeghe. Can Verhaeghe get it? No. Hedman muscles it out of there. I think that was Hedman. I do not know. Part of my TV's covered up by my laptop. Panthers are going to skate it. 1 minute to go left in this Florida Cats power play. Barkov again. As I just said, Barkov is going to be an absolute monster when it comes to this. And just the most cockiest clear by the Tampa Bay Lightning. They almost get a shot on net with that clear. Absolutely ridiculous. They just changed it to 6 shots for the Panthers and 0 shots for the Lightning. You lost a shot. The Panthers goal just took away a shot. That's funny. And the Tampa Bay Lightning clears again. The Florida Panthers are maybe a little too excited, maybe a little too skittish. They just scored. They got to slow it down a little bit. They got their second line going on right now. And again, they can't break it. 16 seconds to go left on this power play. Did they get shots? Did they get looks? Absolutely. Are they tiring out the Tampa Bay Lightning? Absolutely. Here they go. Oh, he's running off the ice. That was kind of weird. That was really weird. All right, so we're gonna pause the play-by-play and go back to what players right now have to show up. Like, absolutely have to show up. Now, if you're a Tampa Bay Lightning fan, you already know. If Vasilevsky doesn't show up, your team is toast. Texas toast. No Raisin Cane. It's going to be bad. If Vasilevsky can't show up, your team's not going to score. Or not going to score. Not going to be able to keep the puck out of the net. Braden Point has to continue his reign of terror. He absolutely has to keep scoring. He absolutely has to remind players and the team that he is the future of this Tampa Bay Lightning squad. And of course, Victor Hedman. Come on, man. Victor Hedman. Now, there are players like Nikita Kucherov and Steven Stamkos who I do not own their hockey cards, but I still gotta talk about them. Kucherov, the least inspired all-star of the entire team. And when I say all-star, I'm talking about the all-star game. He did not want to be there this season. He's like, you know what? I honestly would rather just rest. I don't want your money. I don't want to be here. This is stupid. And believe it or not, a lot of fans don't even care for the All-Star game. So when you have fans and players that are just visibly not amused, visibly just don't care, it's gonna happen. And he happened to be the player that you could actually see it in his performance. He had no skip in his step. He got booed, and he was just like, whatever, man. I'm here because I'm forced to be here. He's not like a Kaprizov who's like, I want to be a part of the skills competition, or like Ovechkin. He's like, I'm Ovi, and I need to rest. He needs to rest. Oh man, Sam Bennett just skates through to Tampa. Oh, right there, right in front of the net for the Panthers. Turn shot. Vasilevsky, no stick, able to squeeze that puck 5-hole. No goal for the Florida Panthers. Is Tkachuk gonna go? No way is Tkachuk getting called for a penalty. Oh, I mean, whatever, man. He does Tkachuk things. And when he does Tkachuk things, he gets penalized. Now, these are 3 players, as far as the trading cards that I have, they have to show up. There's no explanation about it. It has to happen. Andrei Vasilevsky has to remind everybody why he why he made it to the Stanley Cup Finals 3 years in a row. Why he's been the go-to goalie for the Tampa Bay Lightning for all of these years in a row. Girlfriend's hair hanging from my shirt. And Hedman, he's just got to hold it down on the blue line. He's got to be that general when they're on the power play. He's got to be directing it. He's got to be the guy that's getting the puck and directing it to where it needs to be. Stamkos is absolutely the difference maker in the series, and I don't even want to say like in my opinion, because that just seems oh my gosh, it honestly just seems wrong when you say things like that, because it's absolute fact. There's no other way away from it. They have to perform, and he's got to be the guy that's going to be calling things out. Now, let's go over the Florida Cats. And the crazy thing is, like, you look at a player like Barkov over here, a playmaker. Barkov is able to keep his team focused. Barkov is able to keep his team engaged. Barkov, these last 2 seasons, he's really showed it in him with Tkachuk as a teammate. Now, I miss Huberdeau. Fantastic player. Sets a record for Panthers, and then they instantly flip him. I think Huberdeau could absolutely solve a lot of teams' problems. Players get depressed. Players enter the NHL assistance program when they're not in a good headspace. Huberdeau is a great player for the Panthers, but unfortunately, a change had to be made. And honestly, not a lot of teams have done this when they have underperforming teams and they have superstars on the team. And like, all right, we have 2 superstars. It's literally it's what the Oilers are going to do. They're like, well, we have Draisaitl and we have McDavid. McDavid's probably not going to get moved. It's going to be Draisaitl. That's just it. And I'll never forget the end of the season where just Huberdeau and Barkov are just sitting on the bench after they got their clocks cleaned by their other. I forgot who they lost to that other year in the playoffs. But when they got their clock cleaned in the playoffs, I think it was the Lightning. They just kind of all sat there all depressed and stuff. They're just like, again? We finally get here, like we finally show up. It's embarrassing and it hurts and it never feels good. It never feels good and never will feel good. Why would that feel good? Now the guy that Huberdeau got traded for, Tkachuk, this guy is razors and nails. He's tough as nails. He's got an absolute laser of a shot. And he's going to agitate the other team. He gets people out of their mode. He can get other people to take penalties that they may not normally take. He's gonna lock in. He's gonna take care. I'm chomping on his mouth guard. I'm chomping on my mouth guard. That's Matthew Tkachuk. That's my great Matthew Tkachuk impersonation, if you didn't know. And finally, the guy that scored the goal so far, Reinhart. You know what? You're gonna go front and center. Reinhart. His ability to score goals right now is like disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. He's gonna get paid. He is going to get paid. Phenomenal player, right? This Florida Panthers team is ready to pounce. This Florida Panthers team is ready to produce, and it's really exciting to see what they're going to do. Now, a lot of people watching the stream might be like, we caking! Yo, we caking! Why do you keep talking about these Panthers? Why do you keep talking about the Panthers in the sense that maybe, I don't want to say like you believe in them more, but you just keep gassing them up a lot more. The confidence factor. They're just ridiculously way more confident right now, and you can tell with the way that they're playing. The Panthers are making their passes. They're making their plays. They're setting up, and their forecheck. One thing in hockey is that if that forecheck effort is there, you will produce. If that forecheck effort is getting you to the puck, if you are allowing that forecheck to not only you get that puck, you get that possession, now you're going to start generating those plays. And when you have playmakers like the Panthers do, well, the first step to scoring goals, believe it or not, is having possession of the puck. And that's what the Panthers do. And they're going to continue to do it. Now let's lock back into this game right now. We got 5 minutes to go in the first period, and ESPN is reporting right now 8 shots for the Panthers, 0 shots for the Tampa Bay Lightning. If you're holding a team that made it to the Stanley Cup Finals 3 years in a row, 3 years in a row to 0 shots, it's kind of disgusting, right? Now, NHL, the official NHL app right now, is reporting the Tampa Bay Lightning as having 1 shot on net and the Florida Panthers as having 9 shots on net. That's still, that's dominating, right? That's a ridiculous gap in the performance of these two squads. One team is absolutely smothering the other team. One team they're performing drastically more consistent than the other team. Now, face-off percentage right now, 58% right now. Now, of course, we're just using the NHL mobile app right now. Nothing special. Well, nothing like crazy stats. I'm not like a stat freak. I like stats. Oh, Panthers in front. Can Bob smother it? He does. Oh, that puck was bouncing. We're going to get some rough stuff. Oh, no rough stuff. And you know, the Lamborghini, Ryan Lomberg, he gets gassed up. He gets hyped up. And like I said, we got Tkachuk, you got Lamborghini. You got some players. I don't want to say that. Well, okay, Tkachuk can be a dirty player. He's just an annoying player. They're going to do things to bother the other team. They're going to do what they can to bother the other team. And when they're bothering the other team, they're going to try to get what they can. Now, hits. Now listen to this in regards to hits. 15 hits for the Tampa Bay Lightning, 19 hits for the Florida Panthers. You could generally get a couple more hits when you're aggressive on that forecheck. And that's why I honestly think that the Panthers have more hits. But 15 hits still coming from the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're playing a super physical game. But think about it though. If you have 9 shots as the Florida Panthers, the Tampa Bay Lightning are like, oh, well, we're not generating possession right now. We're not able to maintain possession. We got to knock them off the puck. So right now, when you're not performing like the Tampa Bay Lightning are, you're going to try and knock them off the puck. And that's what they're doing with all their hits. They're trying to knock them off the puck. It's not really working right now. They're trying to use their bodies, and maybe that is just not generating them the performance or what they need right now. Absolutely not where it should be right now with this Florida hockey game going on. Let's see if we got any other fun stats I can talk about right now. Nope. No other crazy stats right now. Right now. Oh, we got everyone's favorite Leah Hextall interviewing somebody. So I'm gonna take a sipski. I got nobody to clink with. Honestly, a little sad about that. Honestly, a little sad. I'll eat eventually today. I'll eat eventually. Maybe I'll take an intermission break to like grab some chow. I'll consider that. All right, Bennett. We got a face-off in the Panthers defending zone. Now I don't really think. Oh, I'm a little behind. Shot. Cirelli's gonna get it. Shot. Point. Shot. Score. Actually, this Hagel. Brandon Hagel scores. We got a tied hockey game. Now, isn't that something? The second shot, a 50% chance right now for the Tampa Bay Lightning to get a goal, to produce right now. And Bobrovsky with the two rebounds. Kicked it with his left pad. Goes to the guy. Another shot. Kick with the right pad. Hagel right there with the rebound shot. Who's number 77 now? Who replaced Vetrano over there? I don't like that. He loses his footing. Tkachuk can't get there. Bobrovsky just can't keep that puck contained. And that's a goal. Goal, Tampa Bay Lightning. Actually insane right now. It was looking a little glum. I mean, when you only have one shot and there's been 16 minutes of the first period that's already gone by, absolutely alarming if you are the Tampa Bay Lightning. But like we spoke, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they're not giving up anytime soon. They are going to keep attacking. They are going to strike and strike and strike. And the most scary thing about Lightning is it's unpredictable. You do not know when you're going to zap, 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 zap. It's happening. This team has been there 3 years in a row. They have what it takes. And that's one of the most exciting things about this matchup. That's one of the most exciting things about hockey right now. There's so many teams that have ridiculous potential right now. Hockey, do we got a penalty? Tell me we got a penalty. What do we got? We got a slash? Forsling checking the mouth guard. Okay, I'm a little locked in right now. What just happened? Oh, they're doing a replay on that goal about Bobrovsky. Oh, those rebounds. You give up rebounds like that in the Stanley Cup playoffs, you can expect to get punished. Players are faster. They're going to dive. And when you get caught off guard, I don't know who number 77 is. We're going to look it up right now. Can we figure it out? Box scores. Panthers. Who's 77? Mikkola. Mikkola almost fell on his butt. He lost his edge. And the rebounds absolutely did not help. But let's go back. The depth in hockey right now is absolutely crazy when you're looking at the Stanley Cup. The Dallas Stars, disgusting amount of depth on that squad. Golden Knights, they like to play their LTIR trick. Whatever, I'm cool with it. Oh, I want to see super teams. Show me super teams. It's all I want to see. Show me super teams. I want to see teams that are just, they're like, oh, yes, so those are rules? Nah, we don't care about those rules. Winnipeg Jets, a team that's honestly, they had an embarrassing performance last year. They got rid of some teammates that were just not performing. You have Pierre-Luc Dubois, because he's laughable at his performance right now. He's had so many teammates talk about how he doesn't play with his team. He's just all about his own stats. Kind of embarrassing right there. I mean, I know I'd be upset if I was a teammate of this guy and I knew that he didn't want to pay attention to that. I'd definitely be embarrassed at that. I definitely would be embarrassed at that. All right, now lock back in. Colorado Avalanche. You already know that Nathan McKinnon. You already know that Cale Makar. You got Devontae's. You got some great players over there on the Colorado Avalanche. They play with a disgusting pace, and they're very, very, very hard to keep up with. Vancouver Canucks are trying to prove themselves. They had one of their best seasons they've had in decades, absolute decades. They're ready to show people that they're ready to perform in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Could the lack of experience be their venom? Could that be their poison, where their lack of experience is going to put their playoffs at risk? Who knows? Because they're going against the Nashville Predators. Now, the Nashville Predators, I'm ready to sink their fangs. I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of these puns, trying to think of like how things would work. I don't know, man. But Nashville Predators, they got a lot of steam right now. They're a team that believes in themselves. They're a team that believes in their core, and they're a team that has a lot of $2-3 million players that are playing like $8 million players. Which there could wraparound attempt. Can't do it. They could not put it away. And my ESPN app is like 10 seconds faster than like the game I'm watching right now. Yard Pirates. And I guess that's just gonna be how it's gonna be. So I actually got spoiled on that goal because I was reading my app for stats. So I spoiled myself for you, chat. For you, I spoiled myself. Oh man. All right. So like I was saying though, like I'm not gonna go through the entire list. I gotta focus more on the. Actually, I'll go through the list more on the. I don't know, man. Maybe we'll just talk about how I feel the game is going during the period intermission. Less than a minute to go in this first period. The Panthers are a little scared right now with the way they're playing. Now they still try to come out with some jump. Now, if there's anything that can make a team play differently, is when their goalies become less reliable. When you're giving up rebounds, when you're not saving the normal path, the normal shots, when you're not smothering the ample opportunities. That's when mistakes happen. And not only mistakes, but when you quit trusting in your team and or players on your team, that's the scary part. Because when you see those breakaways and they get power plays, and this is going to be some hippie stuff, but the goalies can feel that energy. And the goalies are going to trust in themselves less. And when the goalies are trusting in themselves less, it's a lot more unfortunate. It's a lot more of a bummer. Less than half a minute to go in this first period of the first round of the Tampa Bay Lightning Florida Panthers season. Well, season and series. Now think about this. ESPN right now, on screen reporting, Tampa Bay Lightning are now up to 7 shots. And the Panthers are up to 10 shots. Now, rewind 5 minutes. Rewind 5 minutes. If you did that, the Panthers were at 9 shots. Oh, breakaway! Hagel. Oh, not Hagel. Whoever's 23. I don't know who 23 is. Tampa Bay Lightning almost just tied it up. Oh, Easmont. Not Emperor's New Groove. Easmont. Now, think about this. If the Panthers were at 9 shots and the Panthers were at 9 shots and the Lightning were at 1 shot, and now we end the period with the Lightning at like 7 shots and the Panthers at 10 shots. The app is reporting 7 to 10. Man, the app and the actual television are completely different. But that's in a 5-minute gap, in a 5-minute window, you get 6 more shots, and the other team only gets 1 more shot. That's a momentum shift. That's a huge momentum shift in the game. You have one team that came out with a ridiculous pace. Another team on their heels a little bit more. That does not necessarily mean, though, This does not necessarily mean though that this team is like I want like undeserving isn't the right thing to say, but when you're looking at momentum in a hockey game, you see this team just getting bombarded at the beginning, and then you get such a like if you watch that goal, those rebounds that Bobrovsky was giving up are just you can't let that happen, especially 2 back-to-back. I mean, when he kicked it out with his pad, that puck was the second one went straight into the slot, straight there, bam, free goal. I gotta put this phone on the charger. We're gonna swap phones. Or maybe my cord is just really long. My cord's just really long. All right, I'm back. I'm still here. Man, I gotta figure out what this big old shadow is over here. Big old shadow. I am hungry. I'm definitely hungry, but I'm also too. Okay, dude, so lit. I'm so happy to be here with everybody. I'm so happy to talk hockey. I'm so happy that you took time out of your day for me to sit and talk hockey with me, listen to me rant about hockey, listen to me just talk nonstop about hockey. Oh man, like think about that momentum shift that we were just talking about. When you have a team that's absolutely just shoving shots on the other team's throat, the other team almost looks disinterested. The other team almost just looks like they cannot keep up. And then you get a goofy goal like that, where that rebound is just unable to contain that shot. That to me is crazy. That to me is something that is absolutely going to affect your confidence. Now, comparing the goalies, right? You have a goalie that, and Andre Vasilevsky, he's won the Stanley Cup twice. Made it there 3 times in a row. Florida Panthers. Bobrovsky. They got him, I think, after the season that he won the Vezina with the Columbus Blue Jackets. And then ever since then, he's kind of just, well, I think he's the highest paid goalie in the league at 10 point some mil. It's disappointing. It's very disappointing if you're a Panthers fan. It's very disappointing if you're a hockey fan, because this player has so many glimpses of brilliance, but there's just such a lack of consistency. He can go God. I mean, it was last season where the Panthers almost didn't make it into the playoffs because Bobrovsky was faltering. They had to put in Alex Lyon, their backup. And the Penguins had to lose against they lost against the Blue Jackets and they lost against the Blackhawks to choke their season. A lot easier than this season, where they had to beat the Bruins. The Flyers had to win, and then they had to beat the Capitals. The Red Wings had to lose in regular. There was just so much stuff. I'm beyond though. I'm not tired. I'm amped. I gotta figure that out though, because sometimes when I get a little too hyped, I just be yawning a lot. So for today's watch party, we will go through the second period, and then I will call it for there, because I'm going to be doing intermediary streams. I think that's how I pronounce it, or how you pronounce it, how the word is pronounced. It's not how I pronounce it. This is how I pronounce it. Anyways, intermediary, where I want to pop in later throughout the day. I also do multiple different things for my live stream. So I do hockey and I do trading cards. I mean, of course, you can see the trading cards right in front. And if you just came into the stream, everybody, a moment of silence. A moment of silence for my Coyotes. You will be missed. You will be missed. Now that we're back locked in, if you just came in, we're talking hockey, sake, hockey, blocky, more like hockey. We talking hockey, and I'm excited. We caking. It's me. Now I'm talking hockey. So as you can see, we got some of the more star players, some of the more prominent players. I just started a hockey collection, so people are like, where's Stamkos? Where's Hagel? Where's the guy that actually scored the goal? I still gotta collect some hockey cards. It takes a lot to invest in a stream setup, and I'm really excited to do my hockey channel like this because nobody else that I've seen does hockey like the way I'm going to do it. Nobody else has the enthusiasm like myself to talk hockey. And I'm not just screaming at the mic. I'm enthusiastic. I'm hype. I got the charisma. I got the riz. I'm not saying that. I'm just fly. And everyone's favorite ESPN lady, Leah Hexall, is going to interview Reinhardt. How'd you feel about that goal? Well, I went in there, I shot it, and went in. What do you want to know, woman? Hockey? Yep, that's what I'm playing. She has gotten better. And I think the way that she's gotten better is that she isn't doing the play-by-play as much. She's just kind of there. She's just kind of there. And that's okay. Maybe find your role, man. Find your role. All right. Lock back in. We were talking about goalies. We're talking about Sergei Bobrovsky. We're talking about Andrei Vasilevskiy, right? Andrei Vasilevskiy has the confidence, but this season you can absolutely see that it's been knocked down a little bit. Sergei Bobrovsky has had really big highs and disastrous lows. There have been a few seasons. Maybe I'm yawning just because I'm like getting dehydrated. I don't know. I think Sergei Bobrovsky is a player whose confidence can waver a lot more drastically than other players. And that wavering confidence, I ultimately think, is going to be the deciding factor of how well he does. Gotta let the family know I'm live. And that's something that has to be taken into consideration. It has to be taken into consideration. One goalie has been there. One goalie's proven himself. One goalie hasn't. One goalie's been ridiculously a lot more consistent than the other goalie. One of the goalies has been anything but consistent. Do you ever feel like you're just too short for a chair? Maybe that's just, welcome to my life. I don't know, man. I got these new socks yesterday, and I wanted colorful socks, and just had to order what I could find on Amazon because all the other small businesses that I want to find, if you know a cool socks place that isn't going to charge me like $10 per pair, let me know. I also like thick-toed socks because I like cushion on my feet. Maybe I just have soft feet. Who knows? That very well could be Animal Cookie Blizzard, Brownie Batter Blizzard. Don't talk to me about ice cream right now. Don't distract me because I'm talking hockey right now. We're talking hockey. So goalies in the goalie matchup, I could absolutely see Bobrovsky losing confidence. I could absolutely see Bobrovsky if he can't control rebounds. Not only will his confidence go down, but it's a whole team vibe. I mean, and the crowd. I mean, you got a home crowd. Obesity is a matter of health. Shame has no place in it. Wow, this is an awful commercial. Lilly, a medicine company. We won't shame you. We won't shame you. Buy our stuff. Let us sign you up for our expensive doctor appointments. Anyways. They got some weird commercials going on this stream, I'll tell you that right now. All right, so honestly, when it comes to the goalies between the Lightning and the Panthers, I honestly think Bobrovsky, if he gets a chip in his armor, he's done for. That won't happen to Vasilevskiy. I think Vasilevskiy is way too seasoned. He's used to this. He's got that short-term memory when it comes to being a goalie. He's going to forget he's getting swagged on, and he's going to come back and produce. That's absolutely what's going to happen. Absolutely what's going to happen. I'm excited to see that. Yo, I'm going to say, you should put a cake in tracker. Revenge arc. I need help with the tracker. I'm going to... Oh, heart. I'm going to send my own hearts. That's me. Spam. Spamming hearts. Spamming hearts. Where that food at? I like food! I need my G Fuel. G Fuel. Battle of Goalies definitely going to be the Lightning. Now, when it comes to power plays, I still think the Tampa Bay Lightning have it. And this is another thing, is that the Florida Panthers, they're the little brothers to the Tampa Bay Lightning. There's no other way around it. There isn't. The Florida Panthers are nowhere near as good as the Tampa Bay, or are nowhere near as, I don't want to say as good. They haven't performed as well as the Lightning. The Lightning have won cups. Panthers have never won a cup. Lightning have been there 4 times, won 3 times. They won it in 2004 for their first cup. Panthers are finally getting back to the playoffs. Oh, my mouse froze. Where's my mouse at? Here it is. You know what I gotta do? I gotta swag out this chat a little bit. Yeah, we dino dancing. Dino dances in the chat if you're on Twitch. Do they even have fun emojis on YouTube? Oh my gosh. They have a crying penguin. That's kind of funny. But they don't animate. God, do I hate emojis. Do I not like emojis? If you're just coming on in right now, we just got done discussing the goalie matchup between the Tampa Bay Lightning. So we're talking about power plays right now. We're talking about the power play. If you're here on Twitch, drop that dinosaur dance emote. If you are on YouTube, I want you to tell me who you think is coming away with Game 1. Tampa Bay Lightning, Florida Kitty Cats. Who's going to do it? Who's going to pounce? Who's going to strike? Who's going to zap? Who's going to bite? I gotta mute myself. Why did my volume come back up? You don't want to hear me twice. I don't want to hear myself twice. I want to only hear myself once. Man, these pizza commercials. I mean, this watch party's pretty lit. Man, a watch party would be pretty cool with pizza, but with my luck, I'd probably drip pepperoni on my shirt and on my mic and just ruin my setup. So maybe if we get to 100 followers, we'll have a pizza party. We'll have a little pizza party. We'll invite some guests onto the show, and we'll have a really good time. But with the power play, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the Panthers have potential for a great power play. Panthers are more playmakers, and I feel like their forecheck, they're going to get to the puck. Their puck movement is pretty decent, but they don't have a Stamkos. They don't have a player that is going to actually hammer that puck through the net. If you ever remember NBA Street, where you could get that dunk where it would break the backboard, you're gonna rip through that. You're gonna rip through that net. You're absolutely going to tear through that net if you're Stamkos. I think Stamkos, Kucherov, Hagel, and you got Hedman back there. You got Cirelli around the joint. You're going to be able to perform. You're going to be able to make these. You're going to be able to score. So if you're talking about power play, I'm a lot more frightened. I'm a lot more aware of if you're the Tampa Bay Lightning, you're going to score, and you're probably going to score on your power plays. I think that they have a lot more tricks up their sleeves, where the Florida Panthers, they have a lot of endurance, and they got some good playmakers. But I would say that the Panthers, though, what the Panthers have that the Lightning don't have is they have a second line. That's, in my opinion, has the consistency to where I would trust it a lot more. The Panthers, in my opinion, they're absolutely going to be able to rebound. They're going to be able to be aggressive, and they're going to be able to show up. I don't know if that's going to be the case for the Lightning are going to be able to show up. Hey, maybe throw on the Coyotes hat a little bit for a little bit. Throw on the Coyotes cap. Don the Coyotes cap. Maybe a little sideways for the stream for now. A little sideways cap. Oh, maybe go. No, I think we're gonna go a little snapbacks down. I gotta shrink it a little bit. I got a small head. Do that style where they just balance it on the top of their head. Hey guys, I really like sports. All right. So we're talking hockey. Oh my gosh, that's the cutest, grossest thing I've ever seen. They just had a bunch of pink rats painted in all the Panthers players because they call them the rat. Well, they have their mascot as a rat. It's a silly story, but I like it. But power play, absolutely. The power play is gonna go. It's gonna go to the Lightning. The Lightning get a power play. They're gonna score. The Panthers, though, like I was saying, they have a second line, and because they're more deep, they have better depth. And I trust that the Panthers' second line isn't going to be as defended against as good as their first line. Well, duh. But what I mean is that the gap in talent, is nowhere near as crazy as it is with the Lightning. And just like that, I'm going to shut up a little bit because we got more hockey. Or maybe I'm going to speak up. Oh, Novolance. Whoa, we got the Dino Dance. I wonder where we got that from. Where did we get that? Where did we get that from? Where did we get that donuts from? Where did we get that dance? Where we get that dance from? Where we get that dance? Yeah! Yo, we gotta see those comments flooding on in the chat. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? If you are here, oh, clicking buttons over here. Maybe clicking the buttons I shouldn't. I don't know, man. I'm new to this. We've been live for an hour and a half. We got Sorelli. I mean, see, the Lightning now have renewed feet. Oh, see, Bobrovsky again. Bobrovsky again is not making these saves. He's kicking them out. He's giving the Lightning ample opportunities for them to come back and actually score. Don't get me wrong. It's good that he's saving the puck. Kind of important to save the puck. But if he keeps kicking the puck out like the way he's doing it right now, it does not look good for the Kitties. And that's just the crazy thing when you're looking at the difference in performance and confidence with these two teams. Now, what do we got? Was that an icing we had? But wow, they're showing the replay right now, and you're going to see he's going to shoot it. It goes right to the slot again. That's exactly how they got scored on the first time. Bobrovsky pad saves, goes right out to the slot. And I don't know if the Panthers players aren't all. Who's number 10 that replaced Duclair on the Panthers? I don't know. But that is another funny thing, though. Duclair, who did he go to? He didn't go to the Coyotes. Ouch. I don't remember, because I thought that Duclair went to the Lightning at the trade deadline. Was he a Flame? I do not remember. But Duclair's consistency, that is definitely something that has to be talked about, because he's not that consistent, which makes him one of those players that you're like, do I guard him as well? Do I guard him hard? Do I not guard him that hard? What do I do? Now we're going to get our ESPN stats again. Second period. Oh. Now they're finally breaking it down. Second period. 3 shots by the Tampa Bay Lightning, no shots by the Cats. Momentum shift is crazy in hockey. It's ridiculous. And right now we're witnessing it front and center. Front and center right now. So we're gonna do a little shuffle with our players right now. We're gonna put the Panthers down. We're gonna keep Vasilevsky out here because Vasilevsky has to do it. He's going to be front and center. Actually, I gotta show y'all the shine because the protective case on it. This card is flawless. Come on, camera. Come on. You can't say that foil isn't stunning. That is a beautiful hockey card. That is a beautiful hockey card. But Vasilevsky, he has to stay there because he's got to make the difference. Now, a couple other players like we were talking about earlier is that you need some of your other players to really perform. Tanner Jeannot has to perform. He has to show that he was worth those picks. I don't even know what line. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to daily faceoff. Daily faceoff. And we're going to check those line combinations. Tampa Bay Lightning. So, reporting for the Tampa Bay Lightning from Daily Faceoff, we're going to go over the line combinations. Duclair, Point, Kucherov. Putting a playmaker with Kucherov with a player that can drain goals like Point, and players that have the potential to drain goals like Duclair. This is how the Tampa Bay Lightning are taking advantage of their depth, taking advantage of their playmaking, taking advantage of the players that they got at the trade. Or maybe not taking advantage of, just utilizing them intelligently. Second line, Brandon Hagel, Anthony Cirelli, and Steven Stamkos. So remember when I said that the Florida Panthers might have a scarier power play because they have a second line? I think it's just a lot more... This is going to sound so dumb, but a lot more bang-bang. They just have so much more firepower, and I feel like they got more jump. I think that the Panthers can... Oh, right in front, Barkov can't get a good shot on net. And the Lightning are going to play it around their net. They're going to try and be a little defensive, see if they can get a clear. Again! Oh, man. The Panthers are catching the Lightning on their conversions. And they're getting a lot of takeaways, but they just weren't able to settle the puck down. Panthers are going to try to attack again. Third line, Michael Easmont, Nick Paul, and Michael Chaffee. I haven't heard of Chaffee at all. So... can't necessarily give my biggest opinion. Now, Paul on the third line, I think he's getting paid like $8 million a season. Really showed up in the playoffs for them the other year. Hasn't gotten... Oh, right in front, right in front! I think it went out of bounds. Bennett, the Sam squad. Man, if they only had one more Sam, they could have the Sam line. And then fourth line for the Tampa Bay Lightning, you got Tanner Jeannot, Luke Glendening, and Tyler Mott. Oh, that's such a big sinking feeling to know that Tanner Jeannot is on the fourth line. I don't want to see that. I want to see him on a better line. I want to see him competing better. That's such a bummer. I want to see him on the second or first line. And people are going to be like, well, he's not good enough yet. I'm like, well, you trade your assets for him, so he better be good enough. If you trade 2 first-round picks for a guy, he's got to... If he's not on the top 2 lines, or is your goalie, there is a problem. Now, scouting is one thing, but coaching is another. Learning where this player is going to be productive. I don't think there's a team in the NHL that would trade two first-round draft picks for a player that's playing on the fourth line. I don't think there's a single team. I don't know what you could possibly bring to a team where you on the fourth line is worth 2 first-round picks. Interesting. Now, the defense that I'm reading, we got Victor Hedman paired up with Darren Radish. Okay. A really great defenseman with a guy that's still trying to perform. And like, not in a bad way. He's just trying to get a little bit more confidence, trying to get a little bit more playing time, in the sense of trying to show up. Really trying to like match Hedman's energy, match his skill. Then you got Nick Perbix that we got over here. I got the little rookie Nick. Gorge. Okay, look at that glimmer. Oh, yeah. That is absolutely gorgeous. Panthers driving to the net can't do it. In my opinion, you got to get some of these players that... You got to get some of these lower line players to show up. And that's exactly what's got to happen with the Tampa Bay Lightning. They got some decent lines, but they've also traded some resources for some players that haven't shown up yet. That's got to happen. And he's paired with Cernak. I don't think I have a Cernak card yet. I don't. And then finally we got Lilleberg with Dumba. I heard this Lilleberg guy is really cool, and I just heard that like people with that last name are just they're actually pretty talented, and I heard they're just honestly really cool people. So I'm really excited to see what Lilleberg could do. Might be a cool jersey to get. I don't know. I might recommend people getting a Lilleberg jersey. I could see myself possibly getting a Lilleberg jersey. I don't know. I do not know why I would do that, but oh, Montour! He missed the chop. If he would have got that chop, that would have been a crazy goal. That was a rolling puck. Wow, what a weird angle. Vasilevsky did not kick over. He did not do that. I know that. Hopefully you're one of them. Shouts my Pops. If you watching this, if you in the stream, Pops, I appreciate you. Thanks for showing up on your Sunday. Every day's a Sunday. Or Saturday when you're, I guess you say Saturday when you're tired. Oh, what do we got? A hook? Who's hooking? I was too busy integrating and communicating with the chat. Now, we were talking a little bit earlier. Okay, Bennett's skating in. Point. I think it's going to be on point. On Bennett. So I think the Panthers are going to go to the power play. Now, like I was saying a little bit earlier, the Panthers, I think they have better they have more energy with the power play, less strategy. I think with Kucherov and Stamkos on the Lightning, their strategy and their power is unmatched, and it's going to be really hard to compete against. Oh, we got 6 in there because I'm multi-streaming now. Oh, man, we lit in the chat. We got 6 people. If you are here in the chat, drop down. Tell me what you think about this series. Tell me how many games you think this series is going to go. Tell me who you think is going to come away. Who's going to come away with this series? I mean, I think Cats in 5. I think Cats in 5 is going to take this away. And this power play right now means everything. This power play means everything. Oh, man. What's poppin', chat? What's poppin', chat? Dang, we got people. We lit today. We are in such a great mood. We caking. I'm excited to talk hockey today. You are excited to talk hockey. You are excited to watch hockey today. This power play is going to be so important. Now, let's look at some of the stats right now that's going on in the second period. Now, in the first period, Lightning was held to 6 shots, and the Panthers had 9 shots. But 1 goal for each, right? Now in the second period, both are held to 3 shots right now as the official NHL app, which is kind of different from what they say live, which is kind of annoying when their stats say different things. Kind of annoying. Total shots 9 for the Lightning. Total shots 12 right now for the Panthers. Panthers right now going to see if they can convert on this power play. As you're going to know that Barkov is going to be getting the puck a lot because he is that player that is going to make all the plays. Reinhart sends it out. They're going to have to reset to see how they can re-enter the zone. They're going to see how they're going to be able to attack. Barkov again with the puck. Skates in with it. Nobody on him. He's going to chip it around for Hagee. He's going to hold it, send it around. Can they get to him? Kachuk still has it. Montour back to Chucky. Chucky to Barkey. Back to Chucky. Chucky's going to skate around. Can he jam it in front? They cannot. Verhaeghe's going to send it back around. And we got Barkov again quarterbacking this power play right. Oh, and the Lightning is going to clear the puck down. I think Panthers... Bobrovsky is just going to send it around. They're going to get reset. They're going to get some new, fresh legs on ice. They're going to see how they're going to attack it again. Barkov back to Reinhart, back to Barkey. They're going to send it for Hagee. Chucky's going to shoot. He's going to shoot. No goal. Blocked. It's going to keep going around. Kachuk. He's going to work along the edges. Barkov, he's thinking about it. Sends it back to the point. Montour, thinking about it. Back to Barkov. Can Barkov settle it down? He kind of does. Gets it to Chucky on the side. Back to Barkov. Panthers passes are crisp right now. I'm on the edge of my seat. They're playing catch. Barkov Montour. Is he going to send it around? They're playing catch again. Playing catch again. The possession has been ridiculous by the Florida Panthers. Reinhart, the goal scorer so far for today for the Panthers. Going to get it to Barkov. They're playing catch again. They got to get a shot. 22 seconds left to go on this Florida Pants. I was going to say Cats. But I was also going to say Panthers, so I said Pants. Power play. It looks like they tried to get this shot on, but it's nothing. 10 seconds to go. Can they do it? A block shot by the Tampa Bay Lightning is going to send this puck out of the zone. That's going to be it for the Cats power play. The amount of setup options that I only keep saying Pants because I'm so hyped. For the Cats, because I keep on saying Panthers and Cats, so I keep saying Pants. The Florida's Pants. I think people in Florida don't even wear pants. I'm pretty sure they don't. Novalance Brittany, I think a lot of the rounds are going to be stretched to 6 or 7 games. I think that except for the Capitals Rangers, Rangers are going to absolutely crush. The Rangers are going to crush the Capitals. They want it. They're hungry. The Capitals are kind of like, we kind of made it in the playoffs in like the last few games. They're going to get shredded. Absolutely shredded. Wow, that was a crazy power play though for the Cats. The Cats had the crazy possession. They only got a couple shots off, but they weren't really able to move that puck in the positions that were going to catch the Tampa Bay Lightning off edge. They were working it for sure, and they were definitely getting some good looks, but man, no great opportunities there for the Cats. So, what's like a good cat pun to play? What's a sad cat? What's a sad cat? What makes a cat sad? I don't know, like a cat in a bath? So, cat in a bath right now. That's a sad cat power play. I mean, definitely a lot of promise, but they just were not able to jam it down and were not able to convert. Now, it's interesting when you have a player like Anthony Duclair, who was a Cat for a few years, now on the Lightning. He knows how they play, and they're trying to jam it. They're trying to jam it, and if Bobrovsky is going to keep giving up these rebounds, Kucherov could not get the slapper, could not get the stick on it, and the Lightning are going to figure out what they can do. Now, Kucherov, he's just so calm, cool, and collected. He's always dangerous on the ice. Now, when you have 100 assists in a season, that also means that he's not the only dangerous player. He's not. He makes everybody dangerous. You got to be so scared of a player like that that makes everybody else on your team so much more dangerous. It doesn't even have to be in the power play, but Duclair knows exactly how these Cats are going to play. He's got that intel. He knows what's going on. He's got intelligence. He's got that intelligence. And right now, they're all just whacking at the puck in the back of the Panther zone. Man, we got to go back. We got to start talking about the Panthers again. So we spoke about some of the other players that need to show up. Panthers, Sam Bennett. I want to see more from the Sam squad. Verhage has it in him. We got to see him explode a little bit. And Aaron Ekblad over here. So for the Panthers over here, Ekblad was injured, and he kind of is just coming off of an injury. So you're kind of like at this really awkward point where, is he ready? Is he truly ready? Because in hockey and a lot of other sports, you might not tell people that you're injured, and you're just going to go into the game. Like, apparently we learned, like, last year, like, Kachuk had, like, a broken foot and couldn't even, like, he needed his teammates to strap his skate on for him, to tie his, and lace up his skates, because he couldn't do it. He was so banged up. He was so banged up. So we don't, the players might be cleared to play. By what doctor, right? It's so funny that in the, like, you know what? This might be like, I might be like really hurt, but I got to go in there. And that's like the most respectable thing about hockey. And that's one of the most fun things about hockey is that these players, they care so much. They put their like, legitimately think about this. They're putting their careers and future. If you break your leg, you hurt your knee, some players are never the same. Cam Neely, for example, Boston Bruin, came off a knee-to-knee hit, was never the same player. You look at some of these players blocking shots, you look at some of these hits. Let's look at the hits. Actually, let's look at the hits. 30 hits for the Lightning. It had to update. 31 hits for the Lightning, 30 hits for the Panthers. What we can tell from that is super physical game we have going on right now. Teams are trading blows back and forth. The forecheck is absolutely crazy for these teams. The battle for the puck. But you can't forget that back check. When you're a defender, getting that pinch, making sure that player can't get that speed on you, they're going to go for it. And I'm honestly, I just want Dumba to just light somebody up. I know it's going to be a Panther, but I just want to see a big hit. Now, like I said earlier, pay attention to Bobrovsky. When the Lightning is swarming him, I'm afraid of these rebounds. And these rebounds are honestly could be the end of possibly his starting role and of possibly the Florida Panthers playoff hopes. Now you're like, we caking. We just started the playoffs. There's a lot more hockey that's going to be played. It's first to 4 wins, best of 7 series. A lot of things can happen in hockey. A lot of things can happen in hockey to the point to where the momentum swings are absolutely insane. Playoff hockey, there is not a better sporting event on the face of this planet than playoff hockey. These hits are going to be harder. These shots are going to be ridiculously accurate. And you're going to see that these players are going to work, and they're going to push their bodies to the absolute limits to make sure that they can perform for their team. Now, funny enough, the shots for the second period, 4 and 4. 4 for each. So both teams are absolutely putting everything they have on the ice right now. They're trying so hard right now to make sure that they can get to this puck. Now, something that they're talking about right now on the broadcast is that after you win a Stanley Cup, the team doesn't always stay together. It doesn't. And it's, especially in a salary cap era. Panthers hat that girl has. Tampa smells. That's a funny sign. That's a really funny sign. I got distracted by that hat. I'll be honest. I got really distracted by that silly Panthers hat. I forgot what I was on a rampage. Oh, kiss that ice. He's looking around. Oh, you gonna call? Wow. Did he get, and now he can't even catch an edge. Was that Lundell, 15? Yeah, I got him right here. It is Lundell. Poor guy. But we were I know what we were talking about. We were talking about those notable departures that they were talking about on the broadcast. Oh, Panthers with a battle in front. Don't tell me there's a trip. Trip. Is that Barkey or is that Lundell? If it's Lundell, on Lilleberg. Why would you do that to a Lilleberg? Why would you trip a Lilleberg? You know what? You can't touch a Lilleberg like that. Lundell? You going to the box? You can't do that. You can't do that. Oh, we got a trip. So you know what that means? We got a bam! Tampa Bay Lightning power play coming right up. This is what I'm talking about. This Tampa Bay Lightning power play is scary. Now watch how differently they move the puck. They're going to go for either a Stamkos slammer, or Kucherov is just going to do something nasty. Here comes the face-off. The Lightning have it. Over to Kucherov. Over to Paul. Back to Kucherov. Playing a little bit of catch. Hedman at the point. Oh, Kucherov with a fake slap pass. And that's the thing. Oh, a shot. And it's going to go a little bit wide. Stamkos is going to try to feed it back around. Kucherov with possession. Paul sends it in front. No possession right there. The Panthers are going to excel. But they're outnumbered still slightly. They're going to give it up. They're going to get a change. 1 minute 30 left to go on this Tampa Bay Lightning power play. Hedman's going to drop it back. Kucherov, point. Going to see if they can get in the zone. A little chippy. Not able to maintain possession. And the Cats are going... The Pants. I'm going to start calling them the Pants. It's a cat. Panthers and Cats. The Tampa Bay Lightning, maybe a little bit jostled after that first one. But that's what I'm saying. Kucherov can make those intelligent plays, those 100 IQ plays, or he's going to slap pass it, and they're not going to be waiting for it. That's how you get 100 assists in a season there, folks. In a season. You got tricks, and that's what Kucherov is. He's got that those Russian tricks that no one's going to be able to predict. Point gets it all the way to the other side of the zone, but inevitably loses it. Ekblad's going to clear it. Now, I thought that this Tampa Bay Lightning power play was going to be... Did Vasilevsky just do a little bit of... What do they call it? What is it? What's that sport with the brooms? I can't think about it. Rash is going to skate it and is going to send it around to Yzma. I don't know this Yzma. Oh my goodness! And the Lightning can barely keep it in play. Duclair goes for a jump ball, but he can't do it. And there's just some chaos in the middle of the ice. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this game. This power play is going to tick to the very end. Not many good looks on there for the Tampa Bay Lightning power play. They tried really hard. And Lundell with some absolute boosters on his skates gets on his forecheck, gets to the puck. And now he's going to create a little bit of chaos in the Tampa Bay Lightning zone. Absolute chaos going in on this hockey game right now. We're up to 7 viewers. If you are here, thank you so much for showing up. We are talking hockey. The Tampa Bay Lightning unable to convert on that power play. Had some intelligent plays, but the Pants, I'm going to say it again, the Panthers were ready for them again. They were ready for them again. They saw what they were doing, and they were like, all right, we're going to lock you down. And they absolutely did that. Bobrovsky not giving up those rebounds like he's been doing earlier on in this game. That's how you're going to win if you are the Florida Panthers. You're going to lock down those conversions. You're not going to allow for these rebounds to happen. And you're going to play a tight hockey game. How are you going to play a tight hockey game? You make sure Kucherov can't make those plays. You know that he's going to do that slap pass to the slot. It happens all the time. He's going to no-look pass. He's very tricky. You can't look to where his hips are. You can't look to where his eyes are. You have to pay attention to where the other opportunities are on the ice. And that's always just going to come down to the communication that team is going to have. 3 minutes to go left in the second period. Tied game. 11 shots right now for the Tampa Bay Lightning. 14 shots right now for the Florida Panthers. And it has absolutely been an absolute slugfest. Both teams have given the other team a power play. not necessarily conversions right now on that. Absolutely crazy right now. Face-off, still the Panthers. They're still getting the puck on that face-off, which means that their possession is going to be the ability to determine the game. They're going to figure out, okay, if we get the possession of this puck, we're going to be able to convert, we're going to be able to attack, we're going to be in control of our destiny. And what a great hit! Another great hit! We got hits going back to back. I just need to see someone drop the gloves. Right there, Kucherov can't get it. Oh, Hedman unable to get a good piece of timber on that puck. And the period is continuing to tick down. Hagel's going to try and convert. He still has the puck, but Ekblad, another hit. Is that interference? Oh, we got some rough stuff. He don't want nothing about it. He don't want nothing about that rough stuff. Hagel just wants to score. He doesn't want anything to do with that rough stuff. We got time ticking down. And that was that Dumba? Yeah, that was Dumba. Oh, and then Dumba got to take a seat. So I don't have the updated card, but I got Matt Dumba when he was a player on the Minnesota Wild. Wild. Now, and then he was a Coyote. He was a Coyote, and now he's a Lightning. He's kind of learning. He's like, you know what? My career's been going on for a while, and he's gone. I don't say nowhere. Well, I mean, I made it to the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Tampa Bay Lightning's like, we've been through this. Let us teach you how to make a deep run in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Man, I haven't even been able to blow the beer horn, man. I'm kind of bummed about that. My beer's getting a little warm. I gotta check the chat. Nova Lance, you know what? Where you at in the chat? We need some more chats. I should put up a cake and tracker. And if you're in the chat right now, if you have the opportunity and you're having a good time, there is that thumbs up button. There is that subscribe button. If you do want to support me, support my dream, support the stream, support and the inevitable collection. If you want to support me, there's always that button. It's not that hard to click a button. Believe it or not, you had to click a few buttons to join the stream. It's not too difficult to click a few more buttons to support the stream. Support Weekaiken and support the absolute energy. Support the potential. Support the kinetic energy that I have during this stream. Now, of course, like I said, it's going to be extremely intermediary, where I'm going to be bouncing around in different games throughout today. Bouncing around through a few different streams throughout today. Because there's a lot of hockey to cover. And believe it or not, as much as I would like to, I might not be able to stream for 10 hours straight. I might need to eat. And I might need to stretch my legs. I definitely need to eat. Because all I've had today is a beer. I haven't even had breakfast. I'm saving that for after the second period, when I have to say it. I'm going to have to take a break. I'm going to have to lock in and focus on something else. So we got a minute left to go. Not going to do some crazy play-by-play. I know my play-by-play gets super hype. I know you're all excited to listen to my play-by-play. But we just gotta focus on this game and not get a little too hyped. We gotta calm down. We gotta see when the moment's getting a little excited. You know, you can't always be super hyped. You gotta be like that Flyers broadcaster, just kind of go, this stream's really loud. Bobrovsky just absolutely stopping everything this period. Shrinking, I mean, he did leave up a couple of those rebounds, but they weren't as crazy. But the hits, we saw those hits flaring, and I bet anything that this third period, there's going to be crazy hits coming. You absolutely have to stay tuned for that. You absolutely have to pay attention to that, because this game's going to get chippy, this game's going to get edgy, this game's going to get brutal. This series is going to get brutal. It's the Battle of Florida. Less than a minute remaining in the second period. I think both teams are kind of content right now with this period going on. The shots have been absolutely insane. Now we're kind of going to go over a small stats recap before we actually do go to the end of today of the Cats and Lightning stream. Believe me, I want to talk about this entire game, but we're going to be back for some more hockey. Whoa, we got a knockdown? What's going on? Paul knocked him down, and then Lundell was holding on to his skate. What's going on? What's the call? Holding? Holding? Check the time. Holding? Well, dude, I think Kachuk is absolutely influencing everybody on that team because everyone's, and Paul's like, he's holding my foot. 2 minutes holding. And that's kind of a scary thing because you're holding a knife foot, a knife boot, whatever you want to call it, because they have knives on the bottom of their feet. That's how they maneuver. 2 minutes to go, of course, on this power play for the Cats. 23 seconds to go in the second period. Can the Cats convert? Can they pounce? Do they have the agility? Because that's one of the things that the Cats are. That lady's hat that they keep showing, whatever she's wearing is crazy. And oh, that's a that's a clear. And that's probably going to do it. They might get one shot on net. 10 seconds left to go in the second period. Cats on the power play. They're going to send it to Barkey. They're going to go around. Vasilevsky's going to play it because he's going to kill that clock, and they're just going to hold it in the side. It's 1 second left to go. That is the most embarrassing timer noise or buzzer noise that I've ever made. I can't do the beer horn for the buzzer noise at this point because there's not a good buzzer. Now let's run through what we got. So the Cats are going to have 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go on the power play. Fresh legs, fresh ice, and a fresh new coaching strategy. And the coach is going to have all the players sit down, and he's going to go over what they're going to be able to do, how they're going to be able to convert. Now we're going to go over a few stats before we end the stream for now. Second period, 5-on-5 shots. Very even second period. First period, Panthers absolutely dominated. The second period, Lightning Bolts get a power play. They're able to show off their creativity, but they're unable to score. Panthers, with their power play, they're able to show how they're able to maintain possession. They're able to show how Barkov's able to control the play, but unable to convert, unable to shove that puck down the enemy team's throat. Vasilevsky is not offering rebounds right now. Vasilevsky is just smothering that puck, holding that puck, not letting the Panthers get those rebounds. They're going to have to try a lot harder. They're going to have to make a move from left to right. Maybe a Michigan goal. Honestly, I could see a Michigan goal being the thing that could honestly put Vasilevsky in his place. And that would blow the roof off of this stadium right now. And that's another thing. In hockey, the fans don't necessarily chant throughout the entire game. Honestly, if you're a part of the Florida, if you're any team, any franchise, maybe plant some people in there that are going to get some chants going, get your mascot to get some chants going. You got to keep this entire fan base engaged. And that's another thing as well, is you miss some passes, you get a good save. Make sure your goalie hears it. When that other team's goalie is getting bombarded, you got to chirp him. You got to let that goalie know that you are absolutely putting on that heat, that you are absolutely trying to drain these goals right down their throat. Absolutely. So 5-on-5 shots is crazy. When you look at the way that the Panthers controlled that first period, and then they got punched in the nose. And it was 9-1 on shots. And then it ended with 6-9 on. Man, these shots have wavered like crazy. 6-9 shots. So the other team, the Lightning, got 5 shots in the last few moments, where the Panthers really didn't get any more shots for the rest of the period. That's crazy. That momentum shift was crazy. And now the Panthers are trying to reestablish their dominance. Hits, 37 hits to 40 hits, almost 80 hits in this hockey game. Physical hockey game, set the tone. Let the other team know that you're not going to get pushed around. And they're going to they're also letting the other team know that you have that puck. You are open season. We are going for you. You are not safe. You have that puck. We will hit you. We will let you know that we are here, and we're not going to let you make those plays. Now, the craziest stat right now from the entire matchup right now between these two teams, 18 blocked shots by the Tampa Bay Lightning, 3 blocked shots by the Florida Panthers. 18-3. The Lightning are doing everything they can to make sure that the Panthers don't score. The Panthers, they're getting scored on because of that dumb that rebound stuff. They got to play more intelligently. Bobrovsky needs a talking to. Same stuff I've been saying. They got to fire up. They got to get their core engaged. They got to get more shots to the net. They were definitely slowed down. Oh, now they're seeing 4 shots on goal by the Lightning. Man, this ESPN, this is the NHL app. This NHL app, my this Zamboni icon is so cute. They got to figure out a better way to convert and have their offense pumping. What am I predicting this game's going to end? Honestly, I'm going to say 3-1 Cats. I think the Cats are going to convert on this power play, and I think they're going to dump pucks for the rest of the match, and then the Lightning will pull their goalie with about 3 minutes to go. Maybe 4 minutes to go because they'll have a power play, and it's not going to end out too well for the Lightning. I think that's what's going to happen for the Cats. We got exciting games to happen today. We got a power play when you come right back to the game. We got hockey all day. Kaken, thank you so much for showing up today for this part of the stream. I will be popping in later for a couple of the other matches today. Thank you so much for your time, your participation, and your energy. Kaken has had half of a beer for this morning, so I need to kill this beer. Let's kill this beer. Woo! That's going to be it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be with you later.